See if this thing's working. What's up, landlords? Renee here, the Forever Landlord, doing my weekly landlording live. And I'm jumping on here real quick to see if anybody wants to chat with me a little bit before I go into school. I do a weekly video inside of school where we can talk anything DIY, property management, and solo landlording and creating a rental biz and stuff like that. And I've been trying to practice jumping on YouTube and going live a little bit before. I'm running late today and it's still trying to learn this routine. So in preparation for me launching the landlording live, I did prepare something to talk about. Let me see. I was on Reddit and I saw some questions about, some basic stuff about who holds, who has responsibility for the light bulbs and stuff like that. And I was like, man, this is such a petty question. And, I feel like all landlords should know this and it should be in the lease and they should have a section that covers all this. And I was like, well, let me just talk about that while I see if anybody jumps on the landlording live inside of school. And just so you know, if you want to, you can go to foreverlandlord.com and that's where I have all the information. You can decide if you want to join or not. And then you can always find me on X at Forever Landlord there too. And I try to stay in my lane. I feel like my strong suit is self-management. I was able to manage my rentals from Iraq for like 10 years, back and forth deployments. I got a lot of hands-off, techniques of self-management. I call it self-service management because I try to partner with the tenants, give them resources to solve stuff on their own. And it's more of a like set it and forget it. I try to get tenants that want to stay long-term and I want to get real freedom. So I want to be able to do my self-management and like until I'm 80 or beyond. So that's why I say cash flow forever a lot. And in order to do that, you have to make the property management process very easy and, hassle-free, no stress. And that's ultimately what I've been optimizing for 10 years. And that's just that one lane thing that I was talking about that I like to, that's my favorite topic that I feel like offer the best value in. Anyway, so on my lease, this is a demo lease and I give this out to landlords that are interested and I only highlight specific areas. Like if you can read this, let me see if I can zoom in. I call it the lease shield and I say I highlighted the stuff landlords might overlook. And it's just a generic kind of lease that is good for Florida, but the highlighted parts are important that can go in any lease, regardless of where you're at in the world. And we'll see how much time I have. Let's see how far I get into this. But before I go down some of this highlights, I want to find the specific section that talks about what the tenant is responsible for, that I thought is like common knowledge, that all landlords would have this section in their lease and they would know exactly what the tenants are responsible for. Is it on this third page? Yeah. So this section right here under maintenance, I detailed out, some of the stuff that they're responsible for and I labeled it cleaning, flushing, and then testing, inspecting, maintaining and hiring, like hiring out and stuff, and then replenishing and replacing. Here in Florida, I'm allowed to require the tenants to handle minor maintenance and stuff, in repairs up to 500. And I have a 3-part reporting process for them to handle maintenance and repairs and stuff like that. And it's geared towards, them serving themselves and handling stuff on their own and going through the home warranty, using Thumbtack and hiring a local licensed, contractor or somebody. And I think it gives them ownership. They take pride in the place where they live. And, it takes a little bit of effort to kind of coach them this way and kind of help them and give them resources, how-to videos, FAQs and stuff like that. So this is not outside the norm. These are regular, everyday household maintenance, things that they're going to need to learn when they get older. Or when they get older, I hear my son crying. When they move out and they live in their own house and they own a house. Hold on a second. What is this? Kai, what's up, man? What's up, buddy?
Recording in progress.
All right, so my son came to the door and I had to, deal with him for a second. What I want to do is talk about this specific section, what I kind of laid out, because what I do is I'm trying to serve the tenants and try to enable them and give them resources and build them up and everything. So I got to try harder to think from their perspective. How am I expecting them to do something if I don't give them the tools and all that stuff? So my intentions is to make a video for every single thing here, and I've made a lot. If you go to YouTube, and on my channel, I actually have a link to it. It's this channel here. It's called Self-Service Management. I welcome you guys to check it out and use these videos for your own DIY property management stuff, because you can build these videos into your FAQs and put them on your website and stuff. And I try not to show my face. My wife narrates them, and it's me doing straight to the point task of some sort, with no intro, no outro. I mean, it's really short, and I try to film everything. Is pretty much, I say like 95% of all the videos are 4K videos. And my intentions is to give a short, straight to the point video on everything I expect the tenant to be able to do and handle on their own. And it's a work in progress. I say I'm committed to landlording forever, and I know it's overwhelming when you think about how am I going to do all this, but if I just kind of keep working at it one video at a time and stuff, I slowly get there. Like resetting the garbage disposal, I show multiple ways how to do it. Replacing shower heads, how to shut off the water on all the valves throughout your house, everything from under the sink, in the kitchen, the bathroom, at the house, the mains, even the outside. I show how to do it at the main for the fresh water and for irrigation if you have the reclaimed water, showing how to replace toilet seats, getting rid of ants, those little clear like black ants that we have in Florida, the sugar ants, how to clean baseboards, filling nail holes, resetting a GFCI outlet, repairing or replacing these door stops, and cleaning the garbage disposal, spraying for your own bugs around the house, testing the smoke COs and also the fire extinguisher, clearing a clogged drain line for your HVAC, how to replace the filters, use the e-locks. Here's how you can, an example of how to use Thumbtack. I mean, I'm just trying my best to go all out in this. So that's the process of thinking in terms of the tenant and, how do I help them be successful. So dryer lint trap, clean this every use. I'm going to be making a video showing it, pulling it out, clean the dust, thing and throw it away. Clean the dryer flex duct that's behind the dryer. And then the garbage disposal occasionally with ice or that video. Like I could even put hyperlinks into this stuff in my lease if I wanted to. Kitchen exhaust hood filter, because these like under the microwave. A lot of times you'll have the oven range, and above it will be a microwave, and there's like the exhaust. Well, there's these little like aluminum like filter kind of things that catch some of the grease. I'm gonna be making a video of that. Testing the smoke COs, I've already done that. A video of that one. The fire extinguisher, I grouped those two together. Irrigation system, that one's a kind of big one. I have multiple irrigation systems with different properties, and they all kind of have their own different interface, different brands. So I got to put my mind to work on this one and try to figure out, okay, hey, what's the point here? How do I explain it in layman's terms where you're gonna have to do some troubleshooting on your own? The point is to, know when to water, what times, set the automatic schedule. Also, walk around the house and look at the sprinkler, see if any is broke. I mean, even going to do a video showing how to replace a sprinkler head or direct them and move them to spray, because sometimes they get out of whack. All this is regular household maintenance things that a homeowner does, and a tenant that takes ownership and takes pride in where they live and they want a good place would easily handle this stuff once they know how to do it, and it's in the lease. You give them resources and everything. I'm not trying to get them to do something like electrical work that you need to be a licensed electrician to do this. If you owned your own house, you probably would be doing this stuff on your own already. And a lot of my tenants have purchased houses, so anything they've learned with my help is just going to benefit them when they get their own place. That's the way I look at it. And I'm going to do some videos about lawn and shrubbery and kind of maintaining that, killing weeds. I got some different ways of doing it, spraying it with vinegar. You can always do it the old school way and just pull them out is another one. HVAC, you can do this, do your tune-ups for your HVAC, especially before summer. The house water softener, I have a house that has that water softener, so I was like, all right, I need to go all out. I can't be cutting corners and stuff like that. I'm also gonna have to do a video showing how to replenish the salt and purge the system, and just make sure and even clean it out, because periodically you got to empty all the salt out and clean it. And the way I look at it is like, I'm just trying to over deliver. When I was in sales, that's kind of stuff I did. I went out of my way to try harder, to do anything I could to show that I care, and I'm trying to help out and give good service. So that's just my style. Garage door batteries, I'm probably skipping around here. Replenishing and replacing, this is the house water softener, the HVAC air filters, light fixture bulbs, and refrigerator water filters. I got a video that I haven't finished with that one. The HVAC thermostat batteries, garage door batteries, the E-lock batteries, the smoke CO batteries, and required batteries. Okay, I'm trying to say no non-rechargeable batteries. So that was just a section that I put in there, and there's lights in there. Light fixture bulbs, replacing as needed. Like, who's responsible for that? The landlord shouldn't be asking on Reddit, hey, am I going to get in this back and forth? And also, there's a hierarchy of these things that you have to think. You got to pick and choose your battles. Is it really worth it sometimes? If it's a light bulb that's really high up above stairs or something, and the tenant didn't do it, is it worth your time to trying to charge them? No, that's something you could do. All right, so give me a second. My son is at the door again. That's this one and that, and then some of this. What, buddy?
Money work.
Yeah, you got the ball.
El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work, si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay pues emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero, pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve, que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré, no vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré. de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Oh man, it's difficult to be a single parent. I don't know how people do it. My wife has gone shopping right now. She's on her way back with food and stuff like that. So I'm like, I don't want to cancel the Landlording Live, and somebody might show up, and I'm trying to make sure I'm available. And it's difficult. My son is back there, and I turned on the water hose, and I'm like, here, make a big mess, waste the water. I don't care. Just have fun back here. The dog's in the backyard. He's fine. I could hear him if he screams. And I know my wife is coming back soon, so I'm just trying to multitask. I'm like, man, I don't know how people do this, just single parents. I guess I'm going to go off script a little bit because my 15 minutes is almost up. Just got 5 more minutes. You might see the green screen behind me. I was filming some GIFs, part of the landlord school, just trying to have fun and, doing everything a little bit I can to try to make it a better place and more fun. And I was being silly. I had a sword and my wife was helping me, and I have a knight's helmet and a shield, and I was trying to do different reactions, and I was uploading, and I learned all that stuff because now in school, if you comment, you can add GIFs, and people are always using GIFs, but now I can kind of use my own for fun. And so I have the green screen up for that, and I also was doing some other videos. I forget. I'm always doing something, and I try to put all my effort more in school because I'm trying to find DIY landlords to build like a crew so we all can like synergize and just like share ideas and get better and better, because I'm in this to try to do it forever. So I want to be at the cutting edge of like what's best and what's new and how can I get better. And also I want to help newer landlords too, to, they're just starting out, and everything I've learned, I'm compiling and packaging it to be able to, jumpstart any new landlords that are into DIY landlording. And then hopefully it'll create an environment where other landlords want to be there and, add input, and maybe we can kind of like, I don't know, partner on some different ventures or something. And I don't know how long this is going to take. And it is kind of difficult to like show up on a regular basis, and not many people kind of commenting and not many people are participating. It's like, all right, I just got to keep showing up, keep doing this. And also I think of it as like, maybe my kids are going to take over the landlording business when I'm gone. Maybe this could be like an archive of like my process, my thinking, how I was trying to get better at something I was passionate about. And who knows, it could be like a little part of my inheritance that I want to leave behind for my children's children. And, I don't know, I'm just trying to have fun with it and not take it too serious. And, that's what I'm doing. That's the best I can try to do here. But, I think that's it. I'm just going to get off here and call it a day because I want to check on my son. I can't leave him out there making a mess. But other than that, I hope to see you guys around, and hopefully you join school. I'll see you later. Bye.